Hello there and welcome back to Broken Sword. Now last time Nico and George teamed up together in order to try and solve this costume killer case. Nico has been doing some research on the victims themselves. Turns out that they all seem to be connected to each other in some kind of, I was going to say fraternity, but I don't know if that's the right word. That screams college to me. I don't know what I think. Brotherhood, cult, knitting circle, however you call it. They knew each other and they've slowly been deleted by the costume killer over however long the costume killer is. I think it's months. I don't think it's weeks or anything. I think it's months. They've all been wiped out, and so there's that side of it. George, however, has been chasing after the clown himself who blew up Plantard in the cafe. Managed to track him down. He was living at a hotel in the area. Managed to get in and have a bit of a snoop around, and finally, with some help from a lovely British lady, managed to get his hands on the artifact itself. Oh, an artifact. It's a scroll with ties to what I think is a Knights Templar. That's basically where we're left off. George is now on his way to meet a guy at the museum called Lobino and try and get some more information about this particular item and why everyone wants it. There's a whole lot of people want this item. So that's where we're going to pick up. We're going to be heading straight off to Lobino's place, the museum, and we're going to take it from there. So grab your favorite snacks, curl up somewhere comfortable. Come hang out with me as we jump straight into Broken Sword. Enjoy, guys. Enjoy. Right, so we are basically outside. We're heading straight to the museum. I remember being in this place. I remember being in here at night time, though. Which I'm thinking is not right now, because obviously it's daytime. And I seem to remember hiding in a sarcophagus. But I don't know what. I don't remember how to get into said sarcophagus. Hello?
Pardon me.
Hi.
Oui, monsieur?
Are you Lobino?
Are you Lobino? Oh, no.
I don't think you're Lobino.
Fancy you mistaking me for him. No. I am the deputy custodian. But Lobino does work here.
Yes.
Okay. I wouldn't go so far as to
he's one of those. He's one of those kind of people. Doesn't work. He,
see for yourself.
He researches.
Not today.
All right.
Do you know anything about medieval manuscripts?
Yes, I'm here to see him about a manuscript.
I am no scholar, though people often mistake me for one. It is the uniform, I guess. They see the clothes. They are impressed.
To be fair, you just look like a security guard.
They asked me to park the... No. They assume.
Did he say he asked you to park the car?
The exhibits in my care.
Whereas you know next to nothing about history.
Probably true.
All I am saying is, I am no scholar, not like Monsieur Lobino.
Okay. So where is he exactly?
Do you know anything about the Knights of the
Also, the whole Templar thing.
Not a sausage.
Do we need to ask him anything about this?
Do you recognize this ID pass? No.
Thought that might have gotten us open some doors for us. Do you know this guy?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur. Is there any reason why I should?
I guess not.
Would
you like to shake my hand?
Not while I'm on duty, monsieur.
Look, we're going to get someone with that.
Thanks
for sure.
For your help.
Right. So what do you... Let's fiddle with that. Okay. What are you?
In the case was a spindly tripod, blackened with age and pitted with rust. It was identical to the tripod
Oh, okay, so
pictured on the manuscript.
I thought that was just standing out there for... It's the only thing that's actually properly sealed that you can interact with, that is.
Ireland!
What's that?
This tripod was found in Ireland.
I will have to ask you to keep your voice down.
I'm sorry, I was excited.
It was very exciting. Are we stealing this thing?
The case contained the...
Can I touch it?
As I
Nope.
reached toward the display case, a shrill piping filled the air.
That'll be an
I
alarm.
froze, then tried to get myself together and act nonchalantly.
No, monsieur. No, et no.
Okay.
Right, I won't touch it again. What might you be? George? Ah, so he doesn't like we can lure him across there to close that window.
Leave it alone. That closet is over 3,000
Excuse
years
me,
old.
closet? That is not a closet.
Closet? It's a sarcophagus.
Have some respect, my guy. Have some bloody respect. Can I interact with that again? Maybe, I don't know if we're trying to steal this right now. I think it's, I remember nighttime, so I think we're maybe barking up the wrong tree right now.
This is ridiculous. I could be here for hours.
You could be, yes. Although wasn't that the point? I mean, it would suck to have to hide in there for actual hours. Right. Are we,
Pardon me?
done in here?
Can you give me any
tell me about the
further
tripod.
information about the tripod?
Certainly, monsieur. It's infamous. That
Infamous, you
tripod,
say?
That belonged to John Dee.
Who is John Dee?
What's the importance of John Dee's tripod?
Dee was the most famous escapologist of the 16th century. The Houdini of his time.
I'm beginning to think that you don't know what you're talking about.
Escapologists use ropes, chains, and handcuffs, not tripods.
Well, whatever it was, that is the tripod.
John Dee
used for his
alchemist.
Experiments.
What kind of experiments did John Dee perform with his tripod?
Oh, the usual. Didn't you study chemistry at school?
Yes.
But we skipped over thaumatology.
Yeah,
Can I
it's
take
not something
a
that's really
closer look
taught.
at the
Alchemy is not
tripod?
really
What?
taught in schools these days.
Get it out of the case? Ah, no! That tripod is protected by a sophisticated surveillance system.
How sophisticated?
Yeah, how
It
to...
painfully loud alarm
I'll say
bell.
we've already touched it and it's just an alarm bell. I wouldn't
How
really call that
is the alarm
sophisticated.
bell triggered?
By the slightest pressure on or movement of any part of the case wherein
Are we planning a heist?
situated.
Are we going to be planning a
Strikes
heist on
me
this
that
thing?
to call your alarm system sophisticated is, well, stretching the truth a little.
It has never failed yet. The sophistication is in its simplicity.
Is that also a true statement? I think we don't need anything else. I think,
Thanks for your help.
yeah. I don't think we can get what we need right now. Because we're here to see Lobno and Lobno's not here, so we're going to have to come back to think of the manuscript. So where else can we go? I don't think we need to talk to the police. I don't think there's anything going to be anything at the cafe. Are we going back to... Okay, we are. So we're just going to go back to
Hi.
Nico's.
I've been to the Kroon Museum.
Yes.
Did you speak to Lobino?
I did
No,
not.
He wasn't there.
It was very rude. He wasn't. He's not even there. Right. So are we? What we're discussing now? Oh, we can talk about the
Let's take
tripod.
another look at the manuscript.
Yeah, that's a tripod right there.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
I've seen the That's the tripod that's in the Kroon Museum.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror.
But it's not her reflection.
Has three hideous faces.
Look there, two guys on the same arm.
Yeah, we've seen all this before. How do I get out of this screen?
A knight with a crystal. The knight scroll bears a phrase. Through my teachings.
Yeah, this we've seen already.
There's a guy working on a...
Okay.
I found the tripod.
Where?
In the museum. It belonged to
Okay,
the
so we're gonna...
Templars.
Oh,
It
now
was
we're
dug up
planning
in
a heist.
Ireland at a place called Loch Marn.
I have heard of Lochmarn. I read an article about the castle. Take a look for yourself.
A popular
Why
gossip
not?
magazine. You read that rubbish?
She writes that kind of stuff.
I write it.
Professor Nigel Pegram excavating the medieval castle at Lochmarn. That's strange.
What?
He resigned his chair at Durham University in order to devote his time to the excavation.
Durham as in UK
Not only
Durham?
that, but he cancelled the filming of a 4th series of his popular television program. This site at Lochmarn must be awful important to him.
He's a professor of history. They're all cuckoo.
Probably.
All the same, I'd like to talk to this Professor Pegram.
Are we
How
going
do you
to be
feel
visiting?
about a trip to Ireland?
Disappointed.
Huh?
That I won't be going.
Oh.
I want to follow up.
So Ireland's a beautiful place.
If you really think Peakram's den
If you
is
ever get a chance to go to Ireland, do go to Ireland. It's a beautiful
my
place
own?
with beautiful people.
I'm not so sure about that. Where is Ireland exactly? Have you found out any more about the murder?
Yeah, let's talk about the
Well, it
murders.
may be nothing, but both the clan's victims visited Paris earlier this year.
When?
The second week of July. They were both here at the same time.
In a
Did they meet?
secret meeting.
No, but I can't imagine it was coincidence.
Okay. Are we...
Maybe not. I have to go.
Okay.
Okay, are we
I'll
actually
see
just
you
literally
later.
just going? Oh, we have an arrow. Okay, are we go? Let's go to Ireland. Let's just go what, a few hours late.
I passed the castle on the way into Loch.
Takes a bit longer than a few hours to get from Paris to a few hours. Here was 3. Takes a bit longer than 3 hours to get from Paris to the Ireland. Well, welcome to Ireland, guys. Welcome to Ireland. Are we messing around with stuff?
I tugged at the trapdoor, but it was locked from the inside.
Okay. You there, laddie?
Hi there.
What?
What's your name, kid?
Yes.
Who are you calling kid? Who the hell are you?
I'm your dad. Your mum didn't tell you?
I'm
Sorry.
George Stobart, and I'm with the good guys.
You're a
Sorry.
head case, mister. A few sandwiches short of a picnic.
Cut
Possibly.
the crap and tell me your name.
Liam McGuire.
What are you doing hanging around the bar, McGuire?
I'm on the run from me dad.
Okay.
Why? Did you do something bad?
What did you do?
I ain't done nothing, boss.
You can tell me, kid. Is it your dad?
Oh, sir. He drinks every last
I think he's taking the mick.
down his evil throat. And there's me poor old mother, bedridden and dying of presumption. I tried to buy her medicine. Chopped firewood for Father Mahoney till me fingers bled. The old
Nice one, George.
cheated me too. But I took the pennies he gave me back home. Look, Ma, says I. See what your darling
He's really
son
laying it
has
on
earned
thick.
with his own sweat and blood. When suddenly, me dad appears and grabs the loot. I'm off to Dublin, heavy drinking, says he. Watch out till I get back. That's why I runned away.
Something in the grin on his face told me he wasn't being strictly true.
Yeah, if his dad had
Compared to
gone,
him,
why did he run away and leave his
was a
sick
candidate
mum in the
for all
bed by herself?
What can you tell me about the castle,
Talking
McGuire?
about the
You
castle?
want to know?
Well, can I get inside?
No, it's locked up.
Does anyone live there?
No. Only, what do you want to know?
Only?
Oh, nothing.
You know something about the castle you're not telling me, don't you?
No,
What are you
Yes.
covering up? Is it something you're scared of?
I ain't scared of nothing.
Ghost? Are you scared of a ghost? Are the
I'll
ghosts
give
in
you
there?
one last chance to tell me about the castle.
Oh,
A little
yeah.
bit rude.
And what if I don't?
Then I'm taking you back to school.
Oh, there's a ghost. It's called
That was easy.
Phantom o' Loch Man.
The Phantom of Lochmarn.
You're not telling me you believe
What
in
ghosty?
ghosts, are you?
Mister, I seen it with me very own eyes. Last Tuesday night, I went up to see what that dig was about. I just
Okay.
reached the top of the wall when I hears this awful noise.
What sort of noise?
Yeah, do describe the noise.
Snuffling and snorting, like O'Brien's pig, only worst. It was coming from inside the castle.
Do you think it was a...
Did you find out what was making
Think
the
it may
noise?
be an animal?
No fear. I just sat there on the wall like Humpty Dumpty. The moon was cracked and greasy like an old dinner plate. The yard was full of shadows. I could have been hiding anything. I would have gone home, but my legs had lost their stuffing.
For any non-British people, lost the stuffing means basically they can't walk, basically. Couldn't walk out of fear. It's the best way to describe it.
Did you get to see the ghost?
Indeed I did. And a fearsome sight it is too. I sat on my arse, waited while the moon went down. Then out it comes from the shadows, all grey and tattered and hunched over like an old bent willow. Then
Sounds interesting. I'm going ghost hunting.
Spluttering and splashing and horrible laughter in the dark. I was so scared. Why, I fell off the bloody wall.
Backwards or forwards?
I'm sure there's a rational explanation for what you saw at the castle.
Yeah, you don't believe in no
There is.
ghosts.
The bloody place is haunted.
Have you seen a guy dressed as a clown?
Here in Lochmarn,
Stupid
they
question.
all dress like clowns.
The man I'm looking for is a dangerous psychotic.
It was a
Jesus.
clown costume was for
Just like
one
that
job.
film I
He's not going to be a
saw.
clown
This
in here.
clown, see?
He's more likely to be a
His kid
leprechaun.
saw him kill a guy. He tries to warn the sheriff, only no one believes him. Then, while he's in the tub, the clown cuts him up with a chainsaw.
My God.
So
That doesn't
that's
sound super
not a
for
really
a kid like you.
kid-friendly
Who are you calling
story.
a kid? I'm 25.
Yeah, right. You're not a day over 14.
Oh no, it's 25 that I am. Married with a car and 3 kids.
Oh, really?
10 kids if you count the wives.
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Can you
I thought that was-
describe him
I thought it was
like I can
Plantar's
tell
picture,
you
that
now
one.
shows?
It's
He's
Pegram.
an English archaeologist.
I know the man you mean if he's the one.
Okay,
Can
do
you tell
tell.
me where I'd find Pegram?
No, I can't, 'cause he's not here now. But if I sees him, I'll ask him.
Logical.
Do you know
That
what
was very
Pegram was
logical.
doing in the
Why did
castle?
that sound
Digging for
okay?
buried treasure, jewels and gold and skeletons, like in the films.
All right. So let's ask him. I don't think any of this is going to be useful.
Give me your
So
hand.
Get lost.
may as
Oh,
well
come on, I just
check
want to show
him.
you a little trick.
No way, mister. I don't do tricks. Father Mahoney told me I'd burn in hell if I did.
I just want to shake your hand.
Bit harsh.
No way.
All right. Do you know
Have
this
you ever
person?
seen this man before?
What a slimy character. No, I never seed him.
All right. Thank you. I think the rest of this is going to be
Do you
no
recognize
joy
this
anyway.
MacBook, McGuire?
No, sir. I never seed it before in my life.
Club Allen.
See you later, kid.
I
Okay,
think that's
mister.
obviously not in Ireland. Right. So are we going to go up to the castle first and then the bar? Oh, hello.
Hi. Do you speak English?
Well, no, what if I was to say no? An implication of cognizance shrouded in denial. A pretty poser of a paradox indeed.
I gave him the look I'd perfected when I was 12 and was going to be the greatest hypnotist of all time. It was a killer.
Are you attempting to hypnotize me, or is it the constipation you're suffering?
I was
Maybe a bit of
lot
both.
Practice.
Maybe a little bit of both. Right.
Have you seen Professor Pegram?
I think we need to be in here.
He's packed up and gone.
Do you happen to know where?
Back
Yes.
in England, I suppose.
So back to it was Durham, England.
What can you tell me about the castle?
Not much, I'm sorry to say. Most of its history is long forgotten. Ah, but if these old stones could only speak.
Also,
what
that
stories
this
they
here
Stories
is like
to make
the
your toes
craziest.
curl and your blood run cold. You know, this castle is
So, I'll
said to
be
be over
back in a second.
600 years
Should
old.
really pay attention to this stuff. Right. Yeah. This here is the craziest stack of bales that I have ever seen. Have you seen this guy?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Has he been here?
But I wouldn't trust him. His eyes are too close together.
Thank you. That's a real thing. People with their eyes too close together are really shady.
I have to go now.
For legal reasons, that was actually a joke. I apologize if you do have eyes that are close to each other. You're not shady. Right, I think we're done down here. We should go into the bar, really. He's looking very shady. He's having a merry old time.
He wasn't listening.
I think these are going to be no...
My name's Stobart.
Hi.
George Stobart.
Hello there, mister. What can I do for you?
Have you seen
Do you know Professor Pegram?
Do I know him? Do I know the good professor himself? No.
He's
I don't.
probably
I mean,
important.
I know who he is, but I don't know him to talk to.
Fair point.
Do you know anything
Archaeology
about
critic?
Pegram's excavation?
Only that he didn't have the right tools for the job. What he needed was shovels and a JCB.
Pegram was digging for historical remains, not coal.
Is that a fact? What the hell for?
It's the science of archaeology.
Yeah, archaeology, science, and
Understanding how people
history.
live by what they've left behind. One day archaeologists might be digging up our remains.
Imagine that, Mr. O'Brien. I wonder what they'll find.
Well, it won't be arrowheads and beakers.
probably pint glasses and food cartons.
With condoms, more likely.
Did anyone from the
That's scary to think about. Like, what's the world? What's our future gonna look like when they start excavating our stuff now?
Hadn't I dug more holes than the rest of them put together?
Can you tell me anything about the castle on the hill?
Yes, can I get
I
in?
don't know much about anything. You should ask Mr. O'Brien here. He does joined up writing. Would you be one of them history fellas?
Joined up writing? Dang.
That's right.
Yeah.
Professor Stobart, Miskatonic University.
You're an archaeologist, and you're asking us about the castle.
Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien. The gentleman was talking to me. How come you didn't leave with the others?
I didn't know they'd gone.
Oh, yes. Packed their spades and shovels and away they went.
That might come back to bite me, actually.
What excitement.
Do you know, have you seen this guy?
Recognize the man in this photograph?
It's a handsome mug on that fella, to be sure. Is he a film star?
No, not quite.
Bye for now.
You're my guy. It's up
Top
to
of the
you.
morning to you.
I beg your pardon.
Well, that's what you Irish say, isn't it?
You
No,
want something?
it really isn't.
Xenophobia.
It really isn't. Just never shout that at a
Room you're after.
Irish person. You're more likely to get punched in the face than you are to get a positive response. And to be perfectly honest, in context, the punch in the face is the polite response. Oh shit, I forgot what you asked.
No, thank you. I don't plan to stay too long.
Who does? Most folk take one look at Lochmarden and jump back on the bus.
Actually, did he? Well, I can't remember what he... can I? I can't see what he asked there. I'm going to guess it was about a room.
Have you served any,
Based on the answer when I said
clowns
no,
recently?
it's a guess.
No.
It was talking about a room.
First today.
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Indeed I do. Are you a friend of his, by any chance?
Oh, no. I'm just trying to track him down.
Me too. That son of a bitch should be locked away.
What did he do?
Pegram stay here?
Yes, he did. 6 nights plus breakfast.
I'll try a glass of beer, please.
Let's have a drink. Yeah, let's have a drink.
Your first pint of real ale?
Well, I guess so. What's real ale, anyhow?
Something that's not lager.
Brewed from natural ingredients to traditional methods. It shouldn't be kept under pressure or refrigerated. And finally, it should have a good body and distinctive character.
I've never been a huge beer fan. I like a nice bit of cider every now and again. But beer, I don't like the taste. Thank you. Actually, have you seen
Do you
him?
recognize this man?
No, I don't. What do you want with him?
I've got a score to settle.
I don't want any trouble in the bar, mister.
I don't think there's going to be any trouble in the bar. I think we're going to be alright.
A priest? A man of the cloth?
Sure. And he teaches the boys how to box at the youth club.
A lot of time in the monasteries.
Develops character. Isn't that right, Pat? Didn't he teach you the art of pugilism? Doyle.
Sorry, Michael. I was miles away. What did you say?
Never mind.
Yeah, I don't think he's singing. Right.
Look, I gotta be going.
Thank you. Can I take that? Because it's not nailed down.
It
Yes,
was
I
a
can.
beer-stained piece of toweling.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
I don't know. I was
Excuse
just
me?
clicking.
No customers behind the bar. Ever.
I think I'm going to talk to him last.
Hi there, old-timer.
What?
Hi.
Nasty cold you've got there. As soon as the words left my lips, I regretted them.
Yeah.
Is there such a thing as a cold which isn't nasty?
Fair. That is a fair point. That is a genuinely fair point.
Why were we
Is there
born
such a
to
thing?
suffer snot?
What did he say?
He said it's my reward for being out all night like a sinner. Pious prig. Anyway, this
That
is
might
no
make sense. That might make sense as
cold.
well.
Tis the hay fever.
Oh, hay fever.
Thank you. You're not a policeman, are you?
No, no.
Police? No. I'd know it if you were.
Why are you talking about police? Also, what the heck is that? What's that?
What's that you're making?
Oh,
A necklace, me bucko.
Oh,
a
sure.
necklace.
Made out of steel wire?
That's right. A necklace for my pretty one. When my little lover feels it round her slender neck, she'll be mine. All mine.
You better be talking about an animal. At the very least, an animal. Hopefully not a woman.
Can I buy you a beer?
Very kind, I'm sure. But I don't drink the stuff Leary sells.
Oh, really?
What's wrong with it?
Why not?
I've seen what it can do.
Okay.
Can you tell me how to get into the
What can I
castle?
do? Make you drunk?
Don't even think about it, me bucko. Lochmarn Castle is haunted.
That's what the kid outside told me, but I don't believe it.
Then you're a fool.
Ghosts don't bother me. I still want to visit
Yeah,
that-
can we get in? How can we get in?
Can't. It's not open to the public.
There's no one around to stop me, is there?
That's right. Nothing human,
Human?
anyhow.
Yeah, tell me more about the
Have
ghost.
you ever seen the ghost?
To be sure. With me very own eyes.
Can you describe
Both eyes?
It was horrible. A wee stunted beast, long beak, straggly, flappy wings.
That's a completely
Are
different
you
description
sure it wasn't a
to
wild animal, a
what the kid
rabbit
said.
or a skunk or something.
Skunk? In Lochmarn? That'll be the day. No, that was a ghost, to be sure.
Are you really sure
I
though?
think I know what you saw on the castle wall.
I know what I saw.
I don't think so. It was the kid, McGuire.
What?
He was up on the wall last Tuesday night. He thought you were the Phantom of Lochmarn.
Oh. Actually, that's kind of funny.
Pegram, the archaeologist?
That's the
Can you
scrawny
imagine?
fellow who was poking around at the castle, isn't it? No, I don't know him.
Can you imagine, like, going and seeing what you think is a ghost, and it being an old man, and the old man is obviously comes and he's thinking he's seen a ghost, like crouching on the wall, and it's really the kid, the one you scared. Friends and all, you know, seeing your friend and being scared. That's hilarious. Right.
Could you use this towel?
I could, but it wouldn't be much use for anything else.
Okay.
You could make use of this tissue.
Never use them. Those things are unhygienic.
I've actually heard of that. I genuinely heard of that before. Seen
You
him?
recognize the man in this photograph?
I can't tell without me glasses.
Okay.
I'll see you later. As soon as the old guy looked away, I grabbed his piece of wire.
I don't know why. Why did I take his wire? Why did I take his wire? Okay. I don't know why I took the wire. I felt the need to take the wire. I'm a
My
TD,
name's
you know.
George.
Pleased to meet you, mister. My name's Fitzgerald.
Hello, Fitzgerald.
What can you tell me about the castle?
Also, what's
There's
that?
nothing there. Just an old ruin.
How old?
I really couldn't tell you.
Have you ever explored the castle yourself?
I used to play there.
He's looking a little bit shady, like he's looking like he's upset
fell off
and
the wall, broke his head and died.
queering, you know,
Not
like
there anymore.
You
I've
haven't
forgotten
been
the
up there
correct
recently?
term for it.
No.
Do you know Professor Pegram?
He's the archaeologist, isn't he?
Yes.
That's right.
Apprehensive, that's the one, sorry. You know when a word completely escapes your mind and then suddenly just pops into your head and you need to say it out loud straight away.
Did you work at Professor Pegram's?
Apprehensive.
What gave you that idea?
Can I get you another drink?
Oh, no, thank you. I shouldn't be drinking at all. I'm on tablets for my nerves. More than a pint and I'll pass out.
Okay. Can I
Shake my hand.
zap you?
It's a trick, isn't it?
Damn it, you're right. I can't seem to fool anyone.
Have you seen
Do
him?
you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I'm sure I don't know him.
What does this red nose suggest to you?
Blood.
Why's that?
I
Blood?
used to bleed a lot when I was a kid.
Oh, bloody
Every
nose.
time there was a playground scrap, I'd end up with a bloody nose. I wouldn't have minded, but I wasn't even involved in the scraps.
What does this tissue
I'm
suggest?
just going to ask him everything.
Nothing.
Ever seen this towel before?
Doesn't it belong on the bar?
Very
Yes.
observant, Fitzgerald.
Quite possibly, yes.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No.
Check out this pass.
Thomas Merlin? No. Never heard of him.
He's the first one, I think.
What do you suppose this wire is used for?
How should I know?
May as well
What
ask
do
him
you
at
think
the
this
tool.
tool is used for?
Something to do with horses?
Wrong. It's for opening manhole covers.
Oh, really? Well, you learn something every day.
Alright. So we
See you later.
have a wire now and we have a cloth. We can't go back there. I think we need to get downstairs. Ooh, hello. What are you? I think we need to get downstairs to open this.
Cover, but it didn't move.
Can we use a tool on it? No. Can we use wire on it? No. Can we use cloth on it? No? Alright. That's shut.
I tugged at the trapdoor, but it was locked from the inside.
Alright. I don't remember. I remember being in
Hey,
here.
McGuire,
What?
do you know anything about Pegram's Dig?
He wouldn't let me anywhere near it. I offered
We're going
to
to tell him that the ghost that you saw was
I didn't want to see his smelly old hole anyhow.
fair point.
Did anyone from the village work
You,
at the dig?
who would want to see
He
someone's
brought
smelly old
some
hole?
Students and bums with him. He reckoned no one in Lochmarn would know what to look for. The only local guy who worked for him was Sean Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald says he's never been anywhere near the dig.
Okay.
You on, mister?
I guess we need to go and speak to
See you later,
Fitzgerald about
Okay, mister.
the dig. Confront him. Also, that. What is that? Right there. Little gift box thing.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yeah, you
McGuire
told him.
says he saw you working at the dig. What's more, he saw you talking with Pegram.
I knew this would happen. I knew I'd get caught.
I need to talk to Professor Pegram, if he's still alive.
What do you mean? Is he in danger?
Yes.
Yeah, you too, if I'm right.
You're not from the Social Security.
No.
No, what makes you think that?
Well, I was claiming benefit at the same time I was working for Pegram.
Oh,
I'm not in
okay.
a position to make judgments, Sean.
Yeah, that's not a done thing. People do it all the time.
Pegram about the gem.
But you know,
Well,
you're
not
not supposed to
here.
claim
I know
benefits
that.
and work at the same
But he
time.
left that package,
It's a naughty thing to do.
didn't he? So
Let's
where
t-
did Pegram
But where
go?
is Pegram? I need to speak to
No,
Pegram.
I swear it. He came to see me early this morning. Said he was leaving. He asked me
Just
to
this
give
morning.
package to a guy called Marquet.
Show me what's in the
Package?
Sean.
I can't do that.
Why not?
I promised the professor.
So what? You didn't have any qualms about your benefit scam?
Fair point.
So where's the harm in taking a peek inside Peagram's package?
You don't know these people. I can't.
What
I don't
people?
dare.
This is your last
What
chance
people?
to show me the package, Fitzgerald. I've been patient with you, but now it's time to kick ass.
But he'll kill me.
Who will?
The man from Paris, Jack Marquet. Pegram told me if I gave him the package unopened, I'd hear no more about it. But if I
Now I
got
want this
across
package.
Marquet,
We're going to take this
I'd be
package.
dead.
I'll deal with Jacques Marquet.
Yes.
Give the package to me.
No. Why should I trust you? I don't know who to trust anymore. I wish I'd never even heard of the Lochmarn gem.
Lochmarn gem. Is that the gem that goes on top of the...
Hey, I just seen a big red.
Get out of here, Maguire.
Yep.
Come back when you're old enough.
What's the lad howling about?
A
Car?
big red sports car. Sean Fitzgerald's been runned over.
Get out!
I mean, that guy, you know,
Noisy little
I think he's
tyke.
like off in the other
We
room.
should send out some medicinal brandy, Michael.
Oh, yes. And who's going to pay for it?
Not me.
Me too, neither.
Okay, do we have... Can we get that? No. Did they cut the cutscene?
I was telling the truth about Fitzy, mister.
Okay, calm down. Now tell me what happened.
I was standing here, minding my own business.
I'm not going crazy.
I saw this
Am I?
beautiful red
But someone...
sports
This is
car
a
coming
question
up over
to
the hill.
someone who's actually...
Would you
Oh no,
look at
I was going
that,
to say.
says I.
There we go.
And I going over
I'm
to
alright,
take a
alright. I
closer
don't have to answer the question anymore.
Fitzy comes tearing out of the pub and nearly knocks me on my ass. But the car just flies at him. It was too fast for poor old Fitzy. And hit him an awful wallop. He goes flying up on top. Jesus, says I thought he was a goner. Next thing, the driver hops out. And I couldn't believe my eyes.
Leprechaun? I kind of look like a leprechaun costume.
He was dressed like a bloody pixie.
Oh, pixie. Alright. Not leprechaun, pixie. So, yeah. I was going to say, I remember a cutscene about the car going down the hill and taking down Fitzgerald. And I thought it happened when he ran out of the bar. I thought that's where the cutscene kicked in. I was going to say, did they cut the cutscene? Because I vividly remember it. I thought, did they cut it? Because, you know, I thought I was going mad. But as I said that, it was a flashback talking to Fitzgerald here. Sorry, talking to Maguire. Right. So, a pixie has killed Maguire, not Maguire, Fitzgerald. But we do have access to this now. But I don't know why.
I pushed the switch down, but in doing so it snapped off in my hand.
Oops.
I tugged at the trapdoor, but it was locked from the inside. It was a trap door in the sidewalk.
Leads down to the cellar. The beer cellar. Wine cellar, beer cellar. I'm high. Can we talk to you about the...
Excuse me?
Yes, sir?
Well, I'm asking for beer?
May I have another beer, please?
Certainly, sir.
Oh, we're not even going to mention the fact that it was true?
How is this stuff made?
That's the secret of the master brewer, sir. Each barrel is lovingly manhandled in time-honoured fashion, suspended on skillfully tied ropes of the finest hemp, lowered into the cellar, utilising the forces of original gravity, like manna from heaven. I'm sorry, but the pump appears to be broken.
I could fix it for you.
I don't think so. This is a job for a professional electrician.
Is that the thing outside?
Well, at least the glass washer is still working. It's not my idea, is it?
No, definitely not. Right.
Look, I gotta be going.
Okay, are we fixing the thing down here?
It was impossible to return the switch to its original position.
Okay, are we trying to... If we fix the dishwasher, or the glass washer, does that give him cause for us to get into the... to fix the pump?
It was a trap door in the sidewalk.
Hold on. Can we talk to him?
Hey, McGuire.
What?
Yeah, let's talk
Did this
about...
pixie have a scar on his cheek?
I couldn't see. He was wearing a stupid mask. Are you a special agent?
Sorry to disappoint you, kid.
No,
but I'm
we're not. Just a private investigator
Did
of sorts.
Cyril drop anything when he was hit?
I didn't see. It all happened so fast.
Maybe the package fell somewhere out of sight.
Yeah, that's something in the package. I'm wondering...
See you later, kid.
Okay,
I
mister.
remember having to get down into the here. I'm wondering, when he got hit by the car, did the package go into the vent, like down the grate?
It was a trap door in the sidewalk.
Also, can I use the wire on that? No, I can't.
The plastic cover had been smashed and broken away, revealing a switch.
And I can't think of the switch.
It was impossible to return the switch to its original position.
No? Alright.
The plastic cover had been smashed and broken away, revealing a switch.
Can we shock it? No? I don't know if we have to be told to fix the thing. Can we actually fix it? Is he going to let us back there without talking to him?
I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine. I figured it must be the wiring.
Can I just go through there? I don't think I can actually get in there yet.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
It just so happens I'm an electrician. Check out my credentials.
I knew the car was going to come in handy.
No.
I don't know what the hell that was.
Marvellous. Here's a house bedevilled with faulty wiring of a wayward nature. Here's you, an electric man, with a little plastic card to prove it.
Yeah.
I still want to see what you can do before I let you touch me beer pumps. You can make a start on the glass washer.
Alright. That sounds good.
When you finish that, will you take a look at the pumps?
May as well have a look. Are we going to use... Is it just a fuse, do you reckon?
I used all my knowledge of electrical engineering to examine the plug. It was an electrical plug attached to the glass washer. It was an electric glass...
Can we have a look at the thing? Why are you looking... What are you doing? Why did you do that, George?
I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine. I figured it must be the wiring. It was an electric...
Can I use the wire on the plug?
I replaced the fuse with a piece of wire. I knew it was dangerous, but I was desperate enough to disregard everything I knew about standard safety precautions.
I mean...
Excuse me, Mr. Leary. I fixed your glass washer, no problem.
Bingo! And a blessing to all the saints. A free half-pint to that man on the house. Now, could you take a look at the beer pumps?
Absolutely.
But I'm not making any promises.
If you can't fix them, I'll have a riot on me hands.
The pumps are in the cellar, right?
That's right. You'll find a flashlight down there somewhere.
Nice. Can I get there through here? Or am I going out? Oh, okay. We're going through here. So that's the stairs going up. Can we just yank that?
I pushed the lever and heard the grating of metal, but nothing appeared to happen.
Oh, okay. So we've unlocked it. So now we'll go upstairs. We'll go out, and then we'll open it from the outside because it was locked. locked from the inside, so we've just unlocked it. And that gives us some
I lifted
light.
the trap door, and an overpowering smell of stale beer rose from the cellar below. I looked down on a stone-tiled floor, way too far to jump.
There's usually got a mat. Oh, hello.
Excuse me.
There was a nasty feeling
Hi.
in my guts I usually associated with light opera.
That's the
It
guy
was
that we're
Khan.
after.
What's the problem?
Hello, Khan.
You see what happened here a few minutes ago?
What was that?
A man was involved in an unfortunate accident.
Oh, he was
I
he?
didn't see anything.
What about the boy?
Well, he doesn't know anything either. The kid, well, you know how it is in these rural communities. Not enough genes to go round.
Yeah,
I prayed
you
McGuire
save
had
your.
the sense to keep his
Please
mouth
keep
shut.
your mouth shut,
Was
kid.
the guy hurt bad?
He's been taken care of, but he thinks he dropped a small parcel. You didn't happen to find it, did you?
No,
If I had, I would have taken it to the police.
not at all.
Of course.
Hand it in to the police.
Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Pixie. So yeah, sellers. The
Now I
sellers
can
of
see.
pubs.
I spotted Mr.
Genuinely-
Leary's flashlight easily.
Not that we need the flashlight
Then I
anymore.
noticed a flash of light. Something sparkling beneath the open trap door.
That'll be the gem. It looks like a gem.
It was Peagram's gem, all right. A large, uncut blue stone. I guess I was already under its spell.
Did you find it?
Yes.
Whatever you was looking for.
Yeah. Listen, McGuire. I want you to keep this to
Yeah,
yourself.
just don't tell anyone.
Problemo. Just chuck us up a crate of lager.
No way! You're not old enough.
Exactly.
Sell it and make some cash.
Forget it, kid. I couldn't betray Mr. Leary's trust.
I could, for sure. That old misery guts deserves
Also, I'm
it.
just wondering, are we actually going to fix the
Do me a
pumps?
favor, keep a lookout for that guy in the suit.
Told him, breaking his
Okay.
trust. We'll send down here to fix his
It'll cost you
pumps.
a packet of chips.
Oh, and shout if you see that Ferrari.
So are we actually going to fix the pumps, or we're just going to leave?
The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water.
Why? I'm assuming that's going to come in handy later on. Let's just turn it off.
I shut off the faucet as tight as I could, but it kept on dripping.
Annoying little sound. Right. So we have.
It was a large
gem.
blue gemstone.
So we need to get the tripod from the Croon's Museum. But we also need to get out of here. We need to check out the castle as well. I can't remember how we get in the castle. So yeah, I don't know what it's like in other places in the world, in America or anything like that, but these trapdoors in the wall is for when the barrels, these barrels here, get brought by the wagon. There's usually a mat, a crash mat kind of thing down here, and then literally just roll them off through this trapdoor, the land, and then they can roll them and then stack them up. I don't know if it's like that. Some of them actually have lifts in them, and some of them actually don't. Some of them are like this. I'm just going to leave and not fix these pumps. Oh, there's that his pump there.
It was impossible to return the switch to its original position.
Oh, we actually... I don't know if we're supposed to actually fix this. I don't think I'm going to use that. Rubber nose? No? Can you use the card? Oh wait, do I have to combine something? There's a thought. Do I have to combine something?
Maybe... Maybe not. It was a rectangle of toweling printed with the words, Nagopolian Stout builds body.
Right. I think we are going to fix that eventually, but I don't think we've got what we need. let's head back up to here.
Hi, it's me again.
So I see. What
Hello.
now?
Did you happen to see a red sports car down on the road?
Let's ask them about
I
car.
caught a glimpse of a flash of red on the hill and heard the racket. Sure, it was an awful noise. A sports car, you say?
Yes.
Ferrari, to be exact.
Yes, it was a Ferrari.
Racing car. And what was it doing here?
Running over
Poor
Fitzgerald.
fella must have been lost.
The driver of the Ferrari was involved in an accident.
Is that so?
Yeah, he knocked somebody down outside the bar.
What an idiot! How could a thing like that happen?
He was traveling too fast.
So fast, he ran right under the car?
I mean, the car.
No, the car was traveling too
Who would have
fast.
thought the idiot could have heard it coming?
Maybe you know the guy who was hit by the Ferrari. His name is Sean Fitzgerald.
Oh, I know him all right. That's me nephew, the idiot responsible for the stacking of my hay cart. Was
Yeah, it's
he
a
killed
very
by the car?
well-stacked cart.
He has been abducted.
Well, that's a relief now.
Aren't you going to look for your nephew?
What for? From what you say, it's too late.
Well, you could report the matter to the police.
Better not. Besides, what could they do?
Well, they could mount a search.
Look for a Ferrari.
One bicycle between them. In a question of superior acceleration, I put me money on the Ferrari.
Okay, that's a fair point.
I
Fair
think
point.
you ought to
I'll
know
I'll take that under
exactly what
advisement.
Sean has gotten himself into.
I'm not sure I want to know.
But you're his uncle. His own flesh and blood.
You're right, but what can I do? If I'm not here to guard it, some idiot might try to climb the haystack. What a moral dilemma.
I could guard your haystack. I could do that.
Off in search of the prodigal nephew, the very man responsible for said hazard. It'll need some thinking about.
Why, there's no problem.
You're right. Why didn't I think of it before? We'll
I can do that.
demolish the haystack.
No. How about
You don't have to demolish the haystack to go look for Sean. I'll stay here in your place.
Exactly.
And warn anyone who's
We will
silly
do.
enough to
We will
climb
do it.
Marvellous. I think I should start me inquiries in the bar.
Fair point. You do that.
He strode off in the direction of McDevitt.
I think I'm going to be climbing this,
leaving me
and we're going to be climbing this haystack.
The stack of hay.
Let's go. It's incredibly
The
dangerous.
stack of hay stopped, short of the top of the wall. Even if I stretched as far as I could, the wall was out of reach. What I needed was a slice or two of Alice's Wonderland.
Obscure reference. What are you?
I pushed my fingers into the narrow crack. It went back several inches into the rock.
It's a good job we have a rod. Can we shove that in there? Yes, I can.
I inserted the end of the lifting key in the mortarless crack and gave it a firm shove. It remained lodged in the wall, jutting out to form a step.
Okay, so I guess we're going using that to get up. Stand on it. The goat. It's the infamous goat. This is what I was talking about in the first episode. Getting past this goat was unreal. Like, trying to work it out. Spent hours on it, me and my sister, we did. And in the end, we actually had to look up a guide online. Which at the time was not easy because a lot of people didn't have the internet back in those days. It wasn't as prevalent in people's houses. We didn't have the internet back in those days, like in our household. So we actually had to take, from what I remember, we had to take a trip to the local library to actually look up the answer to this puzzle. And I think they have changed it. Let's go to the goat. See, just used to knock us. And what we actually had to do is we had to run, we had to go this way. Lure the goat. Well, actually, I think we had to do all this manually.
The rope by which the goat was tethered had become tangled on the old plowshare.
Yeah, they have simplified it. Because we had to basically come this way to get it to go here. Then I had to run, click over here to run this way, which lured it over here. No, hold on. I've got that wrong. I've got it wrong. We had to move this way. Hold on. I'm trying to remember now. We had to lure it over to this side in order to run here and then move to be able to move that without the goat hitting us, because the goat would knock us off the plough. So we had to do it in one fell swoop. So we had to run across this way, get its attention here, then run, hit the crowd, and then it'll come back and then do what it's just done there. And that took us forever because they didn't explain any of it. See you later, old goat. And now we're in the dig. Why, hello. I remember this as well.
The statue was too heavy to lift. It overbalanced into the sand.
Okay. Excuse me. You got a twofer on that one. Right. So we have...
As I swung the stone upright, I noticed it had left a pattern of holes in the sand.
That's very convenient. Also, that's, even though you've lifted that up, that's a very specific, very neat pattern. I think we need to do something in here.
I placed my fingers and thumb into the holes in the wall.
I get the feeling that statue there is meant to be in there. And then those prongs on the back goes into those holes and opens the door. Which means...
I tried in vain to move the panel.
Which means we need plaster of Paris to plaster.
As I dipped my fingers into the soft white powder, I realized what it was. Plaster of Paris. I'd used it in kindergarten to make casts of animal paw prints.
I used to do that as well. We've done that as well. Right, so can we... We need water. And pour that in the hole. I probably would have done it a little bit lower.
I sprinkled the plaster on the sand until the holes were filled.
Now, do you know it's fully done?
I smoothed the plaster level with the sand. It was my first experience of home improvement.
It's quite a home to improve. Right, so we need water. I think I remember how to get it. We need to go all the way back to the bar. I don't know where his mate's gone. Alright. Turn that on.
The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water.
And we need the beer mat. My guy, please. There we go. Soak it with water. It's very absorbent.
I held the towel under the faucet and soaked it with water. I shut off the faucet.
Alright. Back to the dig. And we can... Oh, do we have to look at it? No, yeah. Drain the water on it. Which then activates it.
A trickle of water was quickly absorbed by the plaster.
Do we only have to do it once?
I eased the solid piece of plaster from the sand.
For the record, it's not that instant when you pour water on plaster of Paris. It takes a while to dry out. However, it's not going to make us do that. And we can shove that in there now.
The hardened plaster cast fitted snugly into the 5 matching sockets. There was a soft thud, then silence.
And then a secret door. I do wonder how those ancient mechanisms worked. It's really cool. Like, I would genuinely like to know how they got that kind of stuff. They pull the door back and then put it up. How that works. Montfaucon. That evening back in Paris. Okay. Oh, so I was going to say I wonder if George is back, but apparently not. Hello, we have a red light. We have a red light. Is that George sending a message?
I had messages waiting to be played.
You have 3 messages.
3? Okay.
Hey, Collard, it's me, your favorite editor. Guess what? I'm going to give you a second chance. I need somebody to write the TV column.
All right.
It's lousy, so what's new? If you're interested, drop by the office. In fact, drop by the office anyway. We have to talk, Nico. That story of yours I spiked. It won't go away.
Yeah, it's not going to go away.
Dangerous enemies out there.
Hey, Nico, it's your old pal. I mean, your new pal, George.
New pal, George.
Oh, Ireland. It's a whole different country. And I got some amazing news for you. Gem of a story, in fact. Oh, gotta go. Yeah, fella here's got a drink lined up for me. See you tomorrow, Nico. Slàinte. Yep, only here for a day and I'm speaking the lingo like a local.
Mademoiselle Coulard, this is Imelda Carchon. I wanted to thank you for being so understanding when... Come to lunch, why don't you? Tomorrow. I might have more news. There's a Monsieur Merlon coming to see me this evening. He says he knows why Pierre was murdered. In fact, he'll be here shortly.
Yeah, you don't want to be seeing him.
Know what he says. Goodbye, dear girl. Till tomorrow.
Merlin? Oh my God. Merlin's the killer. I'd better get over there and mourn her now.
When it came to being two-faced, Imelda was up there with the best.
Yes,
I owed her
that's
nothing.
most rich people are.
I couldn't just let her die.
Most, not all. But also I'm wondering
I arrived to find
Merlin...
Royal Courtyard deserted.
I thought Merlin was Khan and Khan's in...
I had to warn Imelda before it was too
Ireland
late.
at the minute. So who's doing this deletion? Unless there's 2 of them. We just can't... I knew we were going to climb straight off this thing.
Tight. Presumably to stop critics stealing it. Who else would want to?
Can I get up there?
That broken window looked like the best way in. It was held in place by wires. People say, what's the point of modern art? I say, isn't it obvious?
Yes, but what am I doing with these?
I unhooked the first wire.
Well, I thought we were just going to climb up it and just jump, but apparently not. Are we taking the support wires off and we're pushing it over?
I released the second wire. Even with both wires removed, the statue remained upright.
Give it a push.
If I could deconstruct this, I could deconstruct anything.
Very true. Let's go up then. I knew we climbed up. It looked like it was a ladder. Also very well done.
The plastic sheet was thick and strong. I'd need more than my hands to tear it.
Please say I've got something on me to do that.
No.
I'm thinking tusk. Card?
No. The window had been repaired with industrial plastic sheeting.
Can we
no.
combine that? Are we using... Alright, the bullet casing. Alright, that's not what I first thought. That would not be my go-to, is to use a bullet, like a crushed bullet casing. However, it works and we're in. I don't know if I want to go straight out here. Door on the right's open. That door looks open. See there? I get the feeling we're going to be in the right-hand room. Oh, we're going to have to hide somewhere. We're going into the office.
My God, I'm too late.
Imelda?
Imelda. Oh no.
Don't touch the body. Oh, she's alive.
Don't worry, you're going to be all right.
You know that isn't true.
It was Merlin, wasn't it?
Dressed as a cavalier.
A cavalier. He gets around a bit, doesn't he?
I must be crazy.
Let me see you, Nico.
All this time you were just using me. Which one is the real Imelda?
You are an extraordinary girl. Thierry would have been so proud of you.
She was part of the group as well. Of the,
like him.
I'm going to say Templars.
Something
Modern
about
Templars.
the eyes.
I don't know if that's the correct term.
I wish we'd had time to get to know each other.
She was gone. She cheated me, lied to me, used me. But why?
I do get the feeling that if she told you the truth straight away, you wouldn't have believed her. However, if she did it the way she'd done it, means she grabbed your sense of justice.
Well, before they were both assassinated, at least.
And like it would lead you down the path to get you to where you need to be without you disregarding it completely.
Even in death, Imelda looked the same. Beautiful, inscrutable. The Ice Queen alone in her ice palace.
Are we taking...
I opened it. Inside was a tiny gold key.
I'm glad we're not taking the whole thing.
I took the key. I had to leave. I knew I could never return.
Get here before anyone else gets here. Also, did we shut the thing? Are we making a phone call? Oh wait, I think I get it. The key. This thing down here. That thing. Because we had a lockbox in here which matches the elephant statue. This must be the key for that. This bit I don't remember. I don't remember the Nico bits.
In the dim light, I caught the reflection of something metallic. A small, sinister-looking metal disc had been tucked under my father's box. It was a bug. Oh, chère cousine. You left me a little present. You shouldn't have.
Where did that come from? Also, what are you doing with it?
You don't scare me. Espèce de...
Okay. I don't know what she did with that. Although it sounded like going into a trash can. Like a metal garbage can. Which I don't think is going to be a good thing.
The box was carved by my father. It never had a key. The elephant on the lid was a perfect match to Cochon.
Yeah, this is what I was thinking about. We've got the key now. This is the key. The little key.
I took out the key. I couldn't believe it. Imelda's key opened my father's box.
What's in the box, though?
What I was going to find inside.
Third part of a picture.
It was a photograph of Imelda. But why here? In my father's box. I felt as if a black hole had swallowed me up. Imelda and Cochon grinning.
Definitely found something.
While behind them, a village was being razed to the ground. Its people butchered. And there, next to them, staring out
Okay,
at
so
me across
that
the
took a bit of a
years.
turn. I didn't actually
My
see the background. I didn't realise the background
father.
was of nasty stuff.
There was a letter. I feared there was even worse to come.
Let's read the letter.
Hotel St. Georges, Algiers, Friday. My darling Thierry, by the time you read this, you'll be safely out of Africa. You need not fear. Pierre and the organization do not know who you're really working for, or about us. Did you think I would betray you? I could not. You wanted me to leave him, but I don't have your courage. I know too much of what has been
Thierry, because Thierry
they would find
is
me and they would kill us both.
her dad.
Enjoy your life in Paris, Thierry. Your
Pierre
life
is
of honor, of
Imelda's
patriotic
husband.
duty. Do they
Obviously,
give
Imelda
medals to
isn't
spies?
having an affair
No,
with
they'll
Thierry.
just give you a phony job in an embassy somewhere. I could never share that with you. Imagine me, a diplomat's wife. So I must stay here with Pierre, the two of us bound together by what we have done to this country. Au revoir, my love. You will be in my heart until I die. Imelda. Suddenly everything made sense. My father had been working undercover for the government.
Okay, so he was a spy.
One of the good guys after all. He and Imelda must have fallen in love. She
I was going to
found out
explain it,
who
but
he
then
really
man
was,
let Nico
so he
do
had
it.
to leave. It had broken her heart, but she had never revealed it to anyone. I knew I couldn't either. Whatever he was doing, he'd had good reason to keep it secret. I decided
Trying to keep something out of someone else's hands.
and tell nobody.
Okay, I thought we had control there for a second. I'm thinking what we're doing now. The next morning. George?
I knew it was George. For a moment I was tempted to pretend that I was out. Or ask him to go away and come back later.
So did you sleep in that chair? You didn't sleep on a bed. Did you sleep in that chair?
Hello, George.
Welcome back from Ireland.
So, where did you stay last night?
At McDevitt's. I got to drinking with Doyle and a couple of the guys.
That explains why you look so ill today. Did you get any sleep at all?
Not much. I had to share the room with another guy.
Did he snore?
Hardly. He was dead.
And
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that?
Without a trace. But my visit wasn't a complete waste of time.
I take it was Fitzpatrick.
Graham's gem?
The Templars gem. Whoever Jacques Marquet is, he's in for a disappointment.
Jacques Marquet?
He's the guy who should have collected the gem from Fitzgerald.
Apparently he's involved. I've no idea who he is.
What are your plans?
I want to find out who, what, or where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by is the name and a picture of a hanged man.
Well, a local might work.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Was it on here?
A knight with a crystal ball. The knight scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened.
That looks like the hanged thing. Right, I don't know what we...
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror.
How did I get out of this thing last time? I think I made a mistake.
Look there.
There's a guy working on a loom. There's a guy with between them.
What are your plans?
We just have to look at everything. We can't just back out.
Or where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by is the name and a picture of a hanged man. Do you want to look after the gem?
No, George. I'd be too tempted to
I mean, it's
sell
probably worth a lot of money. Right. Are we going to go back to...
I can't sit here all day, much as I'd like to.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lobino
going back to the
at
Crew Museum.
And why don't you see if Rosso has heard anything?
Okay. Anything else I can do for you while I'm out? Shopping, a trip to the laundromat?
Just take care of yourself.
Very true. I'll be very careful. Let's go see... Should we go to the police first?
I so much wanted to talk to George about everything that had happened, but I knew I never could. My father's connection to Africa would have to remain a secret forever. His bravery would be known only to the government and to me. Revealing it would just damage his memory. People would take the story and twist it.
Very much so.
He would be the villain and Carchon would be the hero. I know how they do that. I'm a journalist.
Happens all the time. Happens way too much. Right. Police. Let's go to police first. And he's not here. Why is he not here? Do you know where he is?
Yes.
Have you heard of a man called Marquet?
Yes. He used to be known as the Mole of Montmartre. I heard he's been hospitalized, probably by one of his rivals.
Oh, really?
Which hospital was Marquet taken to?
The Hagenmeyer Clinic, in the Avenue des Hérissons.
Why was Marquet known as the Mole of Montmartre?
New lead?
Because he lived in Montmartre, I suppose.
Yeah, but why the
Why the mole?
I don't know. Maybe he ruined people's lawns.
I mean, it's theoretically possible.
I'd like to report an assault.
Yes, monsieur? Where is the victim?
I'm the victim.
I'm the victim. I've been harassed by a pair of thugs.
I see. And where did this alleged assault take place?
Outside the hotel.
Hotel Ubu. They stopped me as I was leaving and went through my pockets.
Could you describe the suspects, monsieur?
One looked like a gorilla, and the other looked like a weasel. Their
Good
names
description.
are Flap and Guido.
Bon. I'll get them this time.
This time? I don't think I'm going to show. I'm not going to show him.
later,
I just don't think we should show him the crystal. I'm just getting that vibe. Right. So we can go to the hospital, or we can go to. Let's go to the museum. See if Lobno's back.
Pardon me. Oui, monsieur?
Is Lobno back?
Do you know anything about the Knights of the Temple?
No, sir.
The sign on the tripods.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't
We've
know
spoken of this before.
It was.
Skip.
But why don't you start over?
You know? Do you?
At your age? Thanks for your help.
We need that. We do definitely need the that thing. Right, so Lobno's not back, so we're going to go to the hospital. That's actually curious, because I don't think that's allowed.
I felt a little guilty as I tried the door, like I was about to rob a grave. I gripped the handle with an involuntary tremble in my hand and pulled. The door was locked.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I think that's actually it's a class as a protected symbol. The Red Cross. Under the I can't remember the act now. Humane Act. The
Hi.
I've forgotten the name of the thing now. It'll probably come back to us later on.
If you wish to make an appointment, see...
But the thing is, it's a protected symbol.
I'm looking for a guy named Jacques Marquet.
In which department does he work?
He does.
Patient.
I see. You do realize there are strict policies regarding visiting hours, don't you?
Yes. Well, I didn't, but I do now.
This is important. I have to talk to Marquet urgently.
We make no exceptions to the rules.
It's a matter of life and death.
The well-oiled running of this hospital is a matter of life and death.
Very, very fair point.
Why, we have rules.
I mean, I still kind of need to talk to
I ought
him.
to warn you that Marquet is not what he seems.
Explain yourself.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
he's a patient.
bunch of guys who want to take over the world.
Nonsense.
Oh, really? Just like that.
Marquet's employers have paid in advance for one of our most exclusive private rooms.
Employers?
Could you tell me who Marquet's
I'll say who are the employers?
Certainly not.
Have you seen
Do you
him?
recognize the man in this photograph?
No, sir, I do not.
May I have the honor of shaking you by the hand?
You may not. I don't encourage physical contact between my staff.
That's actually probably a good thing.
Thanks for
Still
your
got some plaster of Paris, though. Hi, can I have a chat with you?
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Hello.
Is this the Hagenmeyer Clinic?
That's correct.
I thought I was in a garden center.
Oh, the plants. They were my idea. A little greenery to evoke the spirit of nature. How may I help you?
American living in Paris?
I'm here to see Jacques Marquet.
Oh, yes. Are you related to our client, sir?
No.
No, I'm conducting a private
Be honest.
investigation.
Then I can't help you.
That's up there.
So, do I get to see Marquet before the funeral?
That attitude will get you nowhere. My instructions were quite clear. No one gets to see
I get the feeling she would have caught us out on a lie because I couldn't prove
you're
the
a
fact.
relative or a close acquaintance. You're wasting your time here.
Has Marquet been visited by a man in a clown costume?
Oh, no.
You haven't seen a man in disguise?
Well, there's Theodore the Bear. He comes every Thursday to entertain the children.
I don't think that's him.
Personally, I think he scares them half to death in that crummy old bear suit. If I was stuck on my back with tubes in every orifice, he's the last person I'd want to see.
That's very...
Has Marquet had a visit from a pair of
don't think I would like that. I don't like people in costumes very much.
Can you describe them?
A thin guy who looks like a weasel and his friend, the gorilla.
Sounds as if they escaped from the zoo.
Probably did.
Look at this ID pass.
So you're Merlin. Marquet's been asking for you.
Oh, wait.
For me?
Yes. He was shouting your name when they brought him in here. Now, let me see.
I didn't actually expect that to work. I'm not going to lie.
He was on Ward B12, as I recall. Oh, he's being transferred to... Oh, dear. He's on Ward J2.
J2?
Nurse Grendel's ward.
Nurse Grendel?
What's so bad about Nurse Grendel?
She runs that ward like a South American prison.
Keeping a well-disciplined ward isn't a crime, is it?
Well-disciplined.
I'm
In the
saying
discipline and punishment stakes, she'd whip the butt off the Marquis de Sade. Everything.
Marquis de Sade's not a nice guy. Well, I say he had very acquired tastes.
610, bowel movements, and woe betide anyone who doesn't have a result. Those patients of hers are like Pavlova's dogs.
She sounds like a real nightmare.
And then some.
How are we going to get in? Tell me more
Nurse
about her.
Grendel is that bad. How come the authorities tolerate her?
Because she gets results.
Part of the furniture.
I was beginning to get the picture. This woman was jealous, with a big green capital J. How do I find Nurse Grendel's ward?
I want to speak
Down
to
the
her.
corridor on the left, turn right at the senior consultant's washroom. Right again at the executive coffee lounge.
Please say I don't have to remember
Past
this.
the administrator's sauna. And turn left at the end. That's J2. And good luck.
Is that left, right, left?
Thanks for your help, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Okay.
As I turned the corner, I saw the source of the hellish noise which echoed through the corridors. It was an industrial polishing machine with an odd-looking guy in tow.
He's got very floofy sleeves. Sorry.
Hello.
Wrist collars, cuffs.
What's that?
I said hello.
Oh, hiya.
Hello.
I'd like to talk to you for a minute.
That's what I thought you said. Don't look so down in the mouth. No matter how bad things seem, I never let life get on top of me.
Oh, yeah? What's your secret?
Why, it's easy.
I seem to remember this as
All
well.
you have to do is
I don't know why I need to think.
and
I
whistle
think I need to get him.
tune.
You know what? If you start whistling, I'll bust you in the teeth.
Oh, really? Yeah, I don't like whistling.
It's
I'm not
a
a huge
deal.
fan. See, I get the feeling where I seem to remember having to deal with this, unplugging it, and then he walks around and we can have to take a shortcut to actually interact with something, and I don't know why.
Do you know where I'd find a patient called Marquet?
No, I'm not allowed on the wards with Mr. Shiny.
Mr. Shiny? Is that your
Have
machine?
you seen any unsavory characters lurking about in the corridors?
No, sir, I haven't. But I've got nothing to worry about. What's that, Mr. Shiny? You'd take good care of the rascals, I'll bet you would.
Okay, you
With
just
a
talk to your
friend
machine.
like him,
Alright,
I've
that's just
no
totally
fear
normal.
of oppressors.
It must be a great comfort.
He is.
Would Mr. Shiny be your polishing machine by any
I'm
chance?
going to safely assume that's a yes.
Don't call him that. He's more of a friend than a machine. I've had Mr. Shiny for 3 years, and he's never let me down once.
I don't know why we're talking to him about his machine.
To a polishing machine.
I asked you not to call him that. He's got a name, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Shiny.
Mr. Shiny.
Tell him by the name.
You think it's odd, don't you? I don't mind. The rest of the staff think I'm twisted. I heard them snorking behind me back when I gave Mr. Shiny his weekly pull-through.
Pull-through?
Would you like to shake my hand?
Not until I've washed, if you don't mind, sir.
All right. That's a nice response. I don't think I'm going to...
later.
Yeah, take care now. Hey now, you can't go in there.
I can't go in there.
How come?
I'm responsible for the contents of that cupboard.
So we need something from the cupboard. Is that to get in here?
Oui, monsieur.
Is this Ward J2?
Hello.
It is, but,
it's a nice, it's a nice hospital room.
We have strict rules about visiting.
Nice building.
Can't you make an exception? I've come all the way from California.
You must speak to the doctor.
I can't wait that long. What if he snuffs it?
You can't talk like that here.
Yeah, you can't be talking about snuffing
You'll
things.
have to leave.
So we need something from that cupboard to get into there. Does that mean we need a clean... That's his cupboard. Do we need to clean an outfit?
As I tugged the plug out of the socket, the polishing machine coughed, spluttered...
Excuse me, that's Mr. Shiny. That's Mr. Shiny for you.
Mr. Shiny, what's wrong, pal?
And he's gonna go the long way. Are you telling me I can't do it right now? We have to see what he does. Can we go in there now? Quick. Quick. Straight on with the coat before he comes back. There we go. I don't know why there's a doctor's coat in there. However, we're just going to go with it.
Good afternoon, doctor. The patients are ready for your inspection, doctor.
Thank you, nurse.
Thank you.
Need this, doctor.
Wait, what we're getting?
She gave me a long, narrow metal box and a stunning smile. Thanks.
Could you take a look at the client in bed number 3 now? His name is Eric Sopmarsh.
Okay.
Do you have a patient named Marquet on this ward?
Oui, monsieur. He is in the private room at the end of the ward. He has been placed in
Down
strict
here on the
isolation.
right-hand side. Down here.
What is this device?
It's for taking the patient's blood pressure, doctor.
We shouldn't really be talking about that. Asking questions like that. We'll pretend to be a doctor.
To know more, you'll have to speak to Herr Hagenmeier. All I know is that Marquet's room is strictly out of bounds.
Okay.
Do you know who paid for Marquet's room?
No, of course I don't.
Preferential treatment like that must cost an arm and a leg.
That's not my concern, monsieur.
Yeah, she probably doesn't care.
Do you have any clowns on the ward?
Why, yes, we do. A professional clown.
Where?
I'll bet he lightens the place up.
Hardly. Monsieur Boissy has been in a coma for the last 3 months.
He's really in it for the bit.
What's wrong
He's
with
in it for the long haul.
He was involved in a very nasty accident. A silly stunt involving a unicycle. His current condition is due to post-traumatic shock. It's unlikely he'll ever perform as a clown again.
It's an ill wind that blows nobody any good.
All right.
Thank you, nurse.
Thank
Au
you.
revoir, monsieur.
Are you bed 3? I think we need to talk to these guys because she's not going to let us in when
Hello?
she's
Anybody
there.
home?
Who are you?
My name is Dr. Stobart, and I'm here to steer you down the rocky road to recovery.
Helping patients, yeah.
Dr. Monroe said there was no cure for what I've got.
Your problem is you stayed in bed too long.
Are you sure you're a qualified doctor?
Not at all.
Better believe it. What's your impression of Nurse Grendel?
Let's ask about Grendel.
She's a very efficient young woman.
Efficient? You make her sound like a vacuum cleaner.
I've no complaints.
The woman in
Can we
reception
talk about vacuum cleaners and ladies?
was a monster.
Well, that's
Not the time for it.
simply not true. She's quite strict, but that's her job, isn't it? You've got to have discipline in a place like this.
Very true.
What can you tell me about Marquet?
He's the man in the private room, isn't he? That room was mine before I was tossed out like a common squatter.
Bit mad about it,
Do you
aren't
know
you?
what's wrong with Marquet?
They won't even say what's wrong with me. Tell me, Doctor, what's your opinion?
It's
Too early to say.
early to say.
But I've been here for 3 months.
That's a long hospital visit.
I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my job.
I don't quite know why we're doing that.
Seems fine to me.
You're not doing it right.
Oh, really? Tell me why. Can I
no.
Can I not zap him? Why can't I zap him?
I'll come back later.
All right. Can I go this way?
Doctor!
Yes? I've just
What is
spoken
it?
to you.
You haven't taken my blood pressure.
I see, I thought I'd just done it.
Seems fine to me.
You're not doing it right.
Of course I am.
No, you're not. Dr. Monroe never did it like that.
How did you do
I
it?
can't take a satisfactory reading while you're excited like this. I'll come back later.
Okay, so we need to work out how to do this.
Pardon me, nurse.
Oui, monsieur?
Do you want this,
Device for measuring blood pressure?
Yeah, do you want it back?
No, thank you.
Can you tell me how to work it?
Do you
have
recognize the
seen
man in
him?
this photograph?
No, I don't.
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Alright, so we need to deal with him. Can we talk to him?
Excuse me, sir.
Aha! Just the man.
Hello.
You must be the new boy.
Yes?
Yeah, I must be. Well, stop wandering about and make yourself useful. Bunny, come here, boy.
Bunny? Oh, I remember Bunny.
This is Benoit, my nephew.
I remember Bunny.
Can I trust you to look after him?
He's a nice guy. Oh, wait, I missed that. Yes?
He is fresh out of medical school. It will open his eyes
I really
to
should
see
stop doing
a
that.
real doctor.
I just completely guessed.
I'll bet. Show him around. Let him see some real suffering.
Okay. I guess we are going to... I thought he was automatically following me. Oh, there. Oh, he is following us. I can't speak to him though. Right, let's go up to this room over here. Bunny, can you do
Hi,
this for me?
Me again.
All right.
I'll come back later.
Oh, I can talk to him.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Yes, sir?
So what's your name, kid?
Benoit. They call me Bunny.
Bunny? Jeez, and you don't mind?
It's a weird nickname for a guy, but
Okay, Benoit.
we'll allow it.
You're gonna help me.
Nicknames are nicknames.
Here, take this pressure gauge.
Can you...
Thank you, sir. What do you want me to do with it?
Well, keep it safe until I
think of something. Do you know anything about a patient named Marquet?
No, sir, I don't know much about any of the patients.
I think we're getting him to do the. I think we're getting him to do the pump for this third patient.
The hang of things.
Do you know the nurse on Ward J2?
The one was standing.
This is my first day here. I can't wait to get my hands dirty. I was talking about treating my first patient, of course.
Of course.
I'd get my hands dirty with a nurse.
Shut up, Benoit.
Yeah, be quiet. Just be quiet. Don't be saying none of that.
Follow me, Benoit.
I'm right behind you, sir.
Alright, can we talk to you now?
It's me again.
And of course we can't.
I'll come back later.
Do that. Can we talk to you about it?
Pardon me, nurse.
Oui, monsieur.
Okay.
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Oh, wait, can I go? Can I trigger it?
Finished taking my blood pressure.
There we go. Kicked it into gear. Benoit?
Will you keep quiet? You're disturbing the other patients.
I'll keep quiet when you've taken my blood pressure properly.
I have to see Jacques Marquet first.
How come he gets preferential treatment?
Because I'm not a doctor.
Because he's got money.
Because I'm not a doctor and I need to see him before he gets deleted.
On your shoulder.
Okay, how do we get him to...
Hey, Benoit.
Yes, sir?
There we go.
You still have that gauge I gave you?
Ah, yes. What do you want me to do with it?
Use it on Eric Sopmarsh.
Use it on him. Alright, there we go. I knew we had to get him to do it. He's an actual trained doctor. Can I just go down here now? Or do I have to get rid of her? Oh, hello. Hi, can I go in here?
I'm Dr. Stobart.
Bonjour, docteur.
Have you heard of a guy called
Marquet?
He's in quarantine, doc. Right behind this here door.
Marquet is just the man I wanted to see.
I wouldn't go in there if I was you.
Why not?
Anthrax.
Anthrax?
I have to visit my patient.
What for?
Routine. I have to check he's still breathing.
What if he's not?
I'll sign the certificate and register his bed as vacant.
That's a cold and distant attitude to death.
A little bit cold. It is a little bit cold.
To the point of godlike aloofness.
The what cold?
Godlike aloofness like that.
Thanks. Have you seen any suspicious characters on the ward?
Yeah, I have.
A gorilla and a weasel?
No. This was a tatty old bear.
How was the bear acting suspiciously?
Well, he was wearing a Homburg.
What's a Homburg?
Against the law?
No, but it's pretty weird for a bear.
I mean, a bear wearing clothes of any kind is kind of weird for a bear.
Would you like to shake hands?
What for?
As a gesture of goodwill.
On reflection? No.
I can't remember who we get with this thing.
Catch you later, officer.
Au revoir, doc.
Straight in. Alright, I just walk straight in. I thought we were going to have to do some elaborate thing to get in here.
Marquet?
Yes. I am Marquet. I've been expecting you.
You have?
Yes.
What are you waiting for? Get it over with.
Does he think I'm an assassin?
What I should do with the gem.
The Lahmar gem.
Yes.
Right here in my pocket.
Hashashin?
You were one of the Hashashin.
Not me. I
No,
never
not
failed.
So, you were sent in my place?
Indirectly.
Yeah. You could hardly make the trip to Ireland in your condition. What should I do with the gem?
Deliver it to the Grand Master. Quickly tell him
that I have found it
I think we've found the tripod as well.
right here in Paris.
You have it?
Not yet, but it's being taken care
Someone's
of.
stealing it.
Hired a couple of stooges with a flair for
Guido.
petty crime.
Flap and Guido.
Flap and Guido by any chance?
Damn it. We're going to have to beat them to it.
Know them as for Klausner.
Syria?
He has gone off to Syria on a wild goose chase.
They have geese in Syria?
He
Probably.
has a theory about the location of the
Temple. Hi.
That's enough excitement for one day, Monsieur Marquet. What are you doing here?
Talking to this patient, of course.
Monsieur Marquet is my patient. If Herr Hagenmeyer was to hear that...
Okay, I'm going. I'd learned
Okay,
all I could from Marquet anyhow.
I'm leaving.
There you are, sir. I was just coming to look for you. I finished with your pressure gauge.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bunny.
What's that noise? It sounds as if someone's having a cardiac arrest.
It's all right. The doctor's in there with him.
Are you sure he was a doctor?
Was he?
Monsieur, he showed me his ID. It was Dr. Braille.
Dr.
There's
Braille.
no Dr. Braille working here.
He's
Bunny.
an imposter.
He's probably gone out the window.
The door's locked. Help me, officer.
Stand back, monsieur.
Is he really going to be able to kick that door down? Oh, never mind. He's just got a pistol. That works too. Yeah, he's out the window. Straight out of there. I think that doctor may have been one of the Hashashin.
Hello, George.
Hello. We've had an eventful day.
I found Jacques Marquet.
Did he talk?
Yeah, he talked.
He
For the very last
talked a little bit.
He's dead.
Yeah, killed in cold blood by a bogus doctor.
That's despicable.
It is,
What
actually.
kind of guy would pass himself off as a doctor and take advantage of a dying man? Was it Khan?
No,
We
I
would
don't know
never
who
do
he
such a
was,
thing.
but it
We would
certainly
never
wasn't
do such a
Khan.
thing.
He got away out the window. Have you ever heard of the Hashiashin? Marquet
Hashashin.
said that they were his biggest enemy.
His biggest enemy was the bogus doctor.
Don't remind me.
I think it was a Hashashin.
He had wild, staring eyes like a dead fish. I'll never trust a doctor again. Do you
Unfortunate.
think the assassin was responsible for killing Marquet?
I don't think so. He could have finished him off the first time. Besides, Marquet would have recognized him.
He was pumped to the gills with sedatives. He wouldn't have recognized the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse unless they'd introduced themselves.
Okay. We're not going to look at I'm not going to talk about that because it's just going to get us to look at it and we don't have what we need. I don't think there's nothing else new to show her.
I guess I'd better go back and talk to that weirdo.
Which one, Rousseau or Sergeant Mou? Oh, but you're referring to Andre.
I'll let you work it out.
Andre Lobineau. Back to the museum. There he is. Right, what time are we on? Let's talk to him. We've got enough time. I'm looking at the recording
I beg
time.
your pardon. Are you Andre Lobineau?
That's me. You want my autograph?
No.
No, not at all.
told you
I
may
don't
be
actually
able
like
to
you.
help me. Help? My name is George Stobart. I'd like your professional opinion.
Well, okay. Shoot.
Does the name Montfaucon mean
Yes,
anything?
let's just talk about all of these things.
It was the most grisly spectacle in Paris until the Revolution.
And the revolution took a whole different, took it to a whole nother level.
Place of execution for many thousands. A dark temple of death, with row upon row of arches, each one framing a grim exhibit. Scores of rotting corpses swung on creaking rope.
Just what you want as a
devoured them.
tourist attraction. Just a real tourist attraction.
That explains the image of the hanged man.
Yes.
I found a reference to Montfaucon in Ireland, in a village called Lochmarn.
Lochmarn? That's where Pegram was digging.
It was, yes.
That's right.
He'd left the excavation before I arrived.
What do you know about Pegram?
Well?
Not really. I met him at a conference. I would have liked to talk to him in depth, but I didn't have time.
When was this?
Oh, back in the summer, July, I think.
Okay.
I'd like your opinion on a medieval manuscript.
Vraiment? Do you have it with you?
No, it's too fragile. And besides, there are certain people who'd stop at nothing to get their hands on it.
Intriguing. Do you have a copy of the text?
There isn't much.
No. Oh, a few Latin phrases, sorry. I wouldn't say no, there isn't.
Hoping you'd help decipher the pictures.
Without seeing the manuscript, that's a tall order.
Just tell me one thing. What does the image of two men riding on the same horse suggest to you?
Templar.
The Knights Templar. Does the Templar seal appear on this manuscript? I'd love to see that for myself.
I want to talk about other things, but I think that's going to...
The manuscript is being looked after by a friend.
Yes.
In Paris?
Yeah. Not far from here, in fact.
Well, just give me the address and I'll come round and take a look.
I'm not so sure about that.
I'll have to ring her and ask her first. Yeah, I should probably check with her first.
Friend?
Yeah, she's a woman. Can you tell me anything about the Knights Templar?
I sure can, Georgie. Soldiers,
Georgie.
diplomats, mercenaries, monks,
I don't like
bankers, you name it, the Templars fit the bill. The greatest fighting force in Christendom, the militia of Christ.
Jeez. How did the Templars get their name?
From the building in which they set up their headquarters. The King of Jerusalem gave them part of a mosque on the Temple Mount. It was said to have been the site of the original Temple of Solomon.
Yeah, the whole load of history about the Knights Templar
and later the Knights
goes deep.
You're a mine
deep,
of information, Andre.
Glad to be of help, Georgie.
George.
How come the Templars became so wealthy?
There was a constant stream of new recruits to their ranks, many from noble families. They were required to swear a sacred oath of poverty, chastity, and obedience. So, their money, goods,
a little
and
bit rude,
lands
my guy.
were donated to the order. The Templars soon held land in France, Scotland, England, Spain, most of Europe, in fact. The poor Knights of Christ became the wealthiest power in Christendom.
They became the church. I'm not sure if it's the Knights Templar or whether that was just the Roman Empire turned into the church, like the Vatican. And then the British Empire. The British Empire became a bank, basically. You know, we gave back all the stuff, and then we kind of came back. You know, they kind of came back and formed back, and like, oh well, we have banking, we have you know, banking prowess, and you know, it's a little bit of a conspiracy theory, but it's one I kind of, on a surface level, kind of believe that could be true.
Is it true the treasure of the Knights Templar was never found?
It's under Vatican City.
So little knowledge of what really happened remains. Or if it does, the truth has never been made public.
What do you mean by that?
The Templars have attained mythological status, like the King Arthur of the Britons. There are people even now who say the Templars still exist.
That doesn't surprise me either.
It's likely?
No, not for a minute.
I mean, it's an entire possibility.
I think you ought to know that the tripod is going to be stolen.
The Lochman tripod? No.
It's true. I can give you a description of the thieves.
Yes.
Before the supposed event has taken place?
I heard them planning the raid.
They're wasting their time. The tripod is protected by a state-of-the-art alarm system.
State-of-the-art.
Well,
I don't buy that for a second. Right, we should continue to talk about Nico.
Are we, the anonymous girlfriend?
She lives at 361 Rue Jarry.
Ah, I know it well. I'll drop by. Just as soon as I can.
I don't know if I should have done that. Should I actually have gone to speak to her?
Why did you loan the tripod to me for safekeeping?
Because I'd never see it again.
But don't you trust me?
It's not a question of trust, George. That tripod is hundreds of years old and extremely fragile.
I get your point. Have you ever heard of the Hashashin?
Running around, you know, with a tripod.
A radical Muslim sect whose name became synonymous with murder. It was formed in 11th century Persia, shortly before the Crusades.
at roughly the same time as the Templars.
Yes, they gave a new word to our language. Assassini. The assassins.
We're talking like, you know, what Assassin's Creed is based on. Roughly, loosely, very loosely based.
How did the assassins get their name?
From the legends surrounding the secrets of their initiation rites. A young man who
Lots
sought to join
of
the sect
drugger.
was given hashish until he drifted into dreams. He awoke to find himself in a fabulous garden with everything he could wish for. The freshest water, the most delicious food, the choicest hash, and the most delectable women imaginable.
Cool.
Sounds like a good time.
I haven't finished the story. There was a price to pay for this taste of paradise.
Wouldn't you just know it?
The young man would wake the next day to find himself back in the real world. He was told that he'd been given a glimpse of the heaven reserved for holy martyrs.
And was deleted.
He would enjoy for eternity if he was willing to join the Hashashin.
Oh, never mind.
How did the
it wasn't
assassins
deleted.
operate?
Well, as I explained, the new recruits would be only too willing to die for the cause. They'd be instructed in the use of the dagger, poisons, and disguise. Then,
Costume killer.
the master of the sect would name an enemy of Allah.
And they'd stop at nothing to eliminate that enemy.
You got it. They were fearless and deadly.
Does the cult of the assassins still exist?
More than likely.
Look around at the world today. You tell me.
More than likely.
Where was the site of Montfaucon?
To the northeast, near the Canal Saint-Martin, but there's nothing there now. The old gibbet was torn down during the Revolution.
Okay.
I'd like to shake you by the hand, Andre.
Not now, Georgie.
Damn it. Dang it. Have you
Does the
seen
guy in
this?
this photograph look familiar to you?
No.
Okay. And I think we are done here.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
I don't know if I did right by just giving the address, or whether we should have gone further afield, or whether we should have gone back and asked her. We going back to Montfaucon, or do we go back to? Let's go back to hers.
Hello, George.
Hello.
Oh, by the way, I had a visit from Andre.
Oh, you did. You just turned up. Okay.
Yeah. I hope you didn't mind me giving him your address.
Not at all. It was lovely to
Oh, I forgot she knew him, didn't she?
He was over the moon when I showed him the manuscript. It's not often he gets that excited. He made a sketch of the knight's crest to take back to the museum.
Nice.
I believe he's identified the family who bear that crest.
I sure hope so.
Do you have a name?
Do you think the assassin was responsible for killing Marquet?
I don't think so. He could have finished him off the first time. Besides, Marquet would have recognized him.
He was pumped to the gills with sedatives. He
We've
would
already asked this question.
the four horsemen of the apocalypse unless they'd introduced themselves.
Okay. Right. So I think we're
Better get back to the quest.
done here for now. We need to go to Montfaucon. However, I'm going to leave this here for this episode. We've made some kind of progress. We did the entire of the island section. It gives 2 seconds. I'm going to go big me real quick. Yeah, we did the entire of the island section, which I remember spending a lot of time on when I was younger. It seemed to be a lot shorter than I remember it being. Which is not a bad thing. It's just, you know, it could just be that I didn't know what was going on and we didn't have any luck. It was just, there's a whole load of stuff and we weren't as smart as we are now. It's just the way it is sometimes. So yeah, so we've managed to secure the Lockmon gem. We still need to get the tripod, which is going to be stolen. But I think we're going to steal it before the bad guys steal it. We need to go to Montfaucon, which is our next port of call. I think we're going to find something Templar related down there, or in there. I can't remember what though. I can't remember what. But we are dealing with the machinations of the Templars and the Assassins. I think the Assassins are the bad guys and the Templars are less bad guys, but still bad guys. Intriguing. Very intriguing. I like the Templar history. It goes deep and it goes crazy, and there's a whole load of craziness and there's a whole load of war and just craziness. If you get a chance to look into it, some documentaries and stuff, do so, because it's very interesting. Very interesting. And the Knights Templar treasure is another one that's completely, it's like disappeared. Apparently it still exists, but no one really knows if it does or not, or where it went. I believe it's probably under Vatican City. In the, you know, they've got a lot of stuff in Vatican City that are from the Empire, and books and documents and just items of value, like priceless value, like priceless artifacts and things like that. And I just firmly believe it's probably going to be with that stuff. The church, it kind of just feels right. I may be entirely wrong. That's my theory anyway. So, like I said, we're going to leave that here for this week. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, let me know in the comment section below. If you are new here, feel free to come hang out, come check out some other stuff that I have going on. We would love to have you here. There's bound to be something else on the channel that you will enjoy. Have a bit of a poke around. If you're not new here, welcome back. Thank you again for all the support. It is much appreciated. Please remember, I do collect thumbs, so any that you choose to give me will be most appreciated. I love you all from the bottom of my heart, and you all know what's coming. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. And as always, just see you on the flip side. Bye bye.